In Apache Junction, a man's in custody now after police say they found nearly a dozen stolen firearms and vehicles as well. Police say 11 vehicles were recovered, including trailers, some motorcycles, a vintage Mustang, a total value of about $200,000. Michael Croats, who you see here, being held now on a $50,000.
New details on that horrific shooting in North Phoenix that left 3 people dead and 2 Phoenix police officers injured.
We're getting a look now at surveillance video from a nearby business that recorded part of that chaotic scene. Fox 10's Nicole Garcia joins us live with more. Nicole.
That shooting scene was massive. It encompassed almost an entire block. Starting at the Days Inn motel you see behind me, that's where police say 24-year-old Isaiah Stephen Williams walked out of that motel Sunday night dressed like he was ready for a gun battle. Now, the bullets from his semi-automatic rifle were found in the buildings and cars here by the motel and across the street. Also, businesses and cars there were hit. Now, a surveillance camera in an auto shop that was across the street shows the gunman's movements and the ensuing mayhem. The owner of Action Auto Repair in North Phoenix shared surveillance footage with detectives and Fox 10. He points out the white car that pulls into the parking lot where a mass shooter was in the midst of firing off his rifle. 2 people inside that car were fired upon and killed. For several minutes, you can see the profile of 24-year-old Isaiah Stephen Williams and the flashlight on the tip of his rifle as he walked around randomly firing.
Absolutely ridiculous. And after seeing what power these bullets can do, there's no need for it to have these kind of stuff on the street.
His shop is about 200 yards from where the shooter was and took several bullets.
Yeah, the high power to that round went through a gate, went through a steel gate, went through a steel building, went through the steel of the car. Yeah, it's amazing on the amount of power that projectile created.
The bullets left a trail of holes in the gate and garage before hitting a van that was parked inside, shattering the windows and lodging into the rearview mirror and windshield. Surveillance video also shows the moments police arrive on scene. After exchanging fire with officers, Isaiah Williams stumbled across the lot and collapsed. Police say he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And Phoenix police have released the identity of one of the shooting victims, the man in that car, as 36-year-old Misael Olivares. Meanwhile, police still looking into the background of Isaiah Williams, the shooter. We did speak with his relatives. At one point, he did live with his family in Gilbert. His relatives tell us they have no comment at this time. Reporting live, I'm Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
Well, it's just the start of the fall semester, but already several schools across our state, they've received threats of potential school shootings and violence. In some cases, students brought guns onto campus. Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett is diving deeper into this, and she joins us live with the story tonight. Stephanie.
Yeah, Mark, it's crazy to think so far we have counted about 9 schools that have been impacted in some way or another. It's caused lockdowns, let students cancel classes, and some of them, they say, might actually be detained and facing prison time.
On August 26th, 2 students were arrested for making a video allegedly threatening to shoot up Prescott Valley Charter School. On August 29th, authorities say a 2nd grader was found with 2 guns and ammunition in his backpack at Cochise Elementary School in southern Arizona. On August 31st, deputies say an 8th grader brought a gun to Circle Cross Ranch. And on September 1st, Central High School went into lockdown as Phoenix police investigated threats to the school, and 1 person was detained. On the same day, an investigation was underway at Sierra Linda High School, all while several other threats circulated on campuses across Arizona.
We take these kinds of threats and these kinds of incidents very seriously.
This week in Mojave County, detectives say 2 girls, just 14 and 15 years old, were plotting a mass shooting at Kingman High School.
The investigation revealed that the two students had relationship issues and stated they had been bullied by some of the students, to which they had intended on fatally wounding.
Detectives say another student overheard their plans and told a resource officer, prompting the investigation. After the girls were interviewed, they found a list of 14 students they allegedly planned to target. For now, detectives say every potential threat, no matter how serious, needs to be investigated to the fullest.
While this may have been a joke to these girls or just something that they were, discussing, it ended up with very real consequences.
Yeah, as you just heard, every threat must be taken seriously. For now, those two girls were arrested. They are facing charges of terrorist threat, which is a Class 3 felony. They were booked into the Mojave County Juvenile Detention Facility. Now, as always, officials are encouraging people to talk to their children about situations like this. And as always, if you see something, say something. Reporting live tonight, Stephanie Bennett, Fox 10 News.
One person dead after a shootout with police and a barricade situation in Maricopa.
And police say that the suspect shot at them from his garage and was later found dead in the backyard. Fox 10's Stephanie Bennett is live with the very latest. Stephanie.
Yeah, still a lot to investigate here. You can see behind me, officers are still out here. Now, besides the suspect, fortunately, no officers or other community members were injured in this. Take a look at the current scene here. We are just outside Butterfield Elementary School. The street here, Duncan Drive, still closed to the public and will be well into this evening, they tell us. Neighbors we spoke to say the suspect was known to the community, often playing loud music and sometimes yelling profanities.
These are complicated and convoluted investigations. There's a lot of moving parts, especially when we have a citizen that has died.
Around 10:30 Monday morning, police got a call about someone playing loud music in this Maricopa neighborhood off West Honeycutt Road.
Our officers arrived. They were confronted by a gentleman sitting in the front yard of the house with a handgun in each of his hands.
Police say he did not respond to their commands of dropping the weapons.
He did not respond. He retreated into his garage and then began firing at officers. Our officers returned fire. At that point, the suspect retreated into the house and barricaded himself.
Maricopa Police called in the Pinal County Sheriff's Office and SWAT team to help out. They later used a drone to find the suspect, described as a white man in his early 30s. He was dead in the backyard. Several homes were briefly evacuated, and nearby Butterfield Elementary School went into a lockdown and then shelter in place. Neighbors say the suspect was known to the community.
Caused a lot of strife and a lot of disruption in the neighborhood, and it was basically every day. He was an MMA fighter. He was in great shape.
It sounded like boards slapping together, and it was in quick succession. It happened again and again and again. It happened for maybe about 15 seconds, 20 seconds tops. And the person whose house it was coming from is someone who's known in the neighborhood. So I just figured it was something he was doing. Maybe he was dropping things in the backyard. I looked out the window and I saw police running everywhere, and I realized immediately what was going on, that there was a shootout occurring.
Again, police are going to be out here for the next several hours. They're asking people to avoid the area. Reporting live in Maricopa, Stephanie Bennett, Fox 10 News.
Shocking discovery out of Cochise County, where a second grader is accused of bringing two guns to school with him. It happened yesterday. Deputies locating the handguns as well as ammunition inside the 7-year-old boy's backpack. They notified his parents. The boy tonight is facing charges for weapons possession.